if you come to the platform out of nowhere, and I was very fresh on the platform once again, no one knew me, and I could offer what I do best and what I love doing for free. The first taste is always for free, and it's any marketing specialist tells you that. What am I doing there? I'm writing for other people. So why don't I write them their first or their next post for free? The first time I posted it, I think it was either June or July 2025. So I waited and waited for it to be the low season because I was somehow thinking that it might be overwhelming. But just the way I tell everyone, I made a simple creative, I made a simple post, and I pushed publish. During the first 24 hours, I received more than 200 requests. That's why on the next day, I had to DM everybody. That's it. It was valid yesterday. Bye-bye. And then if I know...
Before we dive into today's episode, please hit that subscribe button. Your support helps us grow and inspire more people on their journeys. Thank you. Hello, Dmitry. Thank you for joining us today, and welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me. Great to see you.
So, Dmitry, for those who don't know you, can you please introduce yourself?
Of course. No question about that. Where do I begin? When I talk to my potential clients, I always start pitching myself like a marketing specialist with more than 15 years of experience. But come on, guys, the beard is getting gray. It's closer to 20 years of experience, and actually... I've been writing for a bit more than 20 years. I've been working in marketing for education for more than 15 years. And I've been a ghostwriter for about 10 years already. Mm-hmm. But there is a tiny peculiarity there as well, because I've never wrote anything for myself. I only started less than a year ago. Well, I received numerous messages. It's like, mate, you've been here forever. We've been reading you for years. No, you haven't. Because actually, I think that my first intro post, if I could begin another way, I have had my account on LinkedIn since 2007. Once again.
I actually remember your post recently. When you posted it, I was like, wow, that's proper OG. He knew LinkedIn before.
At the same time, that's why I post about it on a bi-weekly basis, because I've had this account for more than 18 years. Mm-hmm. But for 17 years, I haven't used it for myself. I've been ghostwriting for different CEOs and founders for more than 10 years, as I have already said, but not for myself. My first post was in 2023, I think. And it was like some kind of hello world or some obvious stuff. I received 9 likes. I was so proud of myself. But then I went offline again. And then about a year ago, I stumbled upon an interview of Matt Barker. He was talking to Harry Fuku, and Harry's a true OG there. He helped me a lot during the last several months. Check him out, everybody. And when I watched that interview, I was like, these guys are writing posts for themselves. Why have I been ditching this for my whole life? So why not give it a try? So I think my introductory post went live in February 2025, and I started posting 3 times a week for myself for the first time in my life. I was trying to consider myself as my own perfect client, because who knows me better than myself? Yeah, who knows my story better than myself? I know a lot about marketing and I know a lot about writing. So why not share it with the world? And it's like, I talked myself into it, because you can hardly find a more introverted guy than me. I hate going out. I'm working from my kitchen. I don't go anywhere.
But come on, you do public speeches. I've seen on LinkedIn as well some videos, so it doesn't seem like
We'll get it, my friend. And so I started writing. I decided to post 3 times per week. And all of a sudden, people started reading. And I was like, okay. In about a month, I started posting 5 times a week. And I couldn't stop myself, because since late April 2025, if I remember correctly. So it's less than a year. It's February outdoors.
It's actually
right now.
crazy. I was going to say that I also was expecting that you've been showing up for much longer because I enjoy your content and everything. And now you say this, I'm like, oh my God.
No, only since April 2025 I decided to post on a daily basis, and lately I've been keeping up with 7 to 9 posts per week. And I can't stop because I love it. Simple as that. And you can hardly imagine how many doors this has opened, how many brilliant people, including yourself, kind sir, I've met along the way in less than a year. It's like I'm a grown-up guy. I haven't met that many people in my life compared to last year.
That's a good point, actually. I feel the same with LinkedIn. The number of people I met over LinkedIn, it's a crazy if you compare how many people you met in a real life, indeed.
Exactly. In the moment you stop overthinking it. And that's what I write about on nearly a daily basis. You just post that post, don't overthink it, see where it takes you.
Yeah.
If you don't have the desired target outcome, even if you don't have a proper strategy in place for now, because a strategy is always important and it's always needed, of course.
Yeah.
But if you want to give it a try, why not publish? Say, hello, world. I'm this and that. I come from this place. I'm busy with this. Do you have anything to ask me about? And it begins immediately, you know.
Exactly. And you might be waiting for the perfect moment or for the perfect post forever. And there might be someone who actually did that first one that wasn't perfect, but still they are way ahead of you. So it's perfect example.
Wow, once again, great bit here. Took me 18 years to publish a post for myself. You don't want to know how sad I am with all those years missed. I'm so proud that I have approximately 9K of followers right now, but 18 years. 18 years.
But, there are people that still haven't made that first step. So I think that's something that we all think that, oh, I wish I started posting earlier. I wish this and that. But in the end, there are people who still maybe are not posting. It doesn't need to be related to LinkedIn, but for example, taking action in, business, starting new hobby or anything else. But still, those that take action now or recently still much better than those that are still waiting.
Of course. And once again, it doesn't depend on the fact that if you have a desired target outcome, for example, you have to promote your B2B base on LinkedIn, you want to get leads. It's a social media outlet, and it's called social media for a reason. What you write there, people might read. And if people read, what you have to tell them? You might as well find new friends, new partners, new investors, because, well, if we are talking about pipelines for investors today, I've got something to tell you.
But you know what? The great point that you shared, you said that you started 3 times per week, then 7 times, and now even 9. And what you said after is like one of the best messages that I try to get across, and I try to live by it as well, is to enjoy the journey and enjoy the process. Because you said that you love it, and I can see from your posts that they are unique, creative, and fun. And to me, it just makes it easier to show up. So I really like your content, and I think that's a great message or the great lesson for people out there. Don't forget to enjoy it.
Correct. Thank you very much for that. But at the same time, well, when I was starting out about a year ago, a bit less than a year ago, I was looking for a I hate the word creativity because I don't believe in creativity, but to be understood, I have to put it that way. I needed a creative outlet. I've been writing my whole life. During the last several years, I had quite a long period of time when I didn't write a word. And I wanted to get back to writing because I love it. And I was looking for an outlet. People call it a creative outlet. And then I suddenly remembered that I had a LinkedIn account. And I was like, okay, why the hell not? Next thing you know, I see that interview of Matt Barker, and I'm like, okay, if you were looking for a sign, buddy, this is it. That's how it all began for me. So just guys, everyone and anyone who listens to our talk, please hit publish, post anything, and see where it takes you. You cannot imagine where it can take you. Honestly, I've been there. recently.
Me too. I agree. And another great point, or let's hope maybe this interview or this podcast might be such a catalyst for someone else as well, like the one from Matt for Dmitry. So you never know.
Absolutely.
And Dmitry, then did you feel like, I guess, that you did? Because when you started, obviously you had so much experience behind you from all those years of writing and everything. Did you then feel like you've got like easier start or advantage considering all your experience, or did you still feel like
No, really, not really, because the longer you are busy with something, the more obvious all the lessons seem to you. So it's like, I know how to write words in line, but doesn't everyone know how to do that?
it's
No,
true.
they don't.
Yeah.
You want to segment your target audience is this most simple task I could ever think of. Everyone can do it. No, nobody. Tell them how to do it in simple words. When I was starting out, I was trying to sloganize my journey. And I had three main points, three main pillars, if you want to call them their way. You have to understand your own message. So you have to make it clear. If you want people to read it, you have to keep it short. And the third pillar is the hardest to follow, but still, press publish, let them know. Keep it clear, keep it short, and let them know. These are three main steps that I had to go through myself. And
Yeah.
these are three main steps I still teach all my clients to take. Understand what you want to say, make it very short and simple, and then say it.
Mm. I like it because don't forget how much content there is out there. And if you are scrolling and you see such a long posts, even like, for example, not formatted or terribly formatted, let's be honest that no one likes to read it. And honestly, like sometimes I see your posts and they are short, on point, and funny. And I'm like, okay, this is great. I get to read the whole thing. I laugh and it's punchy. So it's just a perfect example.
Exactly. It always depends. It always depends. The thing is, I don't have to be selling LinkedIn because people are on LinkedIn watching this interview, you know. But at the same time, it all depends on how you want to treat it and how you want the platform to treat you in return.
Mm-hmm.
You can enjoy your long posts, long form writing. There you go. If you want to write a composition, go on. But at the same time, if you want to keep it short, why not? I think about several months ago, I had a bet with one of my pals on LinkedIn, and he asked me to go viral with a 2-word post. I
Two
was like,
words
okay.
only.
I said, okay. And I won. I actually won. But at the same time, you have to understand there was a creative attached to that post. There still was an illustration, but there were only 2 words. The illustration said, it's like a mock-up of an email from LinkedIn to my inbox saying, your profile is doing great. Look, this amount of people had to visit your account yesterday, and there's only one profile visit. So it says, you're doing great. And I wrote, am I? And it went wild. It exploded. And I won the bet.
Oh,
That's
nice.
most important for me.
I don't think I've seen the post, but I like it. I don't
No.
want to say the word creative, but it sounds cool and it's a good one.
Exactly. But it's so simple. It's so simple. And since then, it's kind of became my tiny framework. Because when I want to post something funny, and of course, the funniest posts are the most engaging ones. So when I want to post something funny, I prefer to make it as small as possible. I've had a couple of word posts, several of them. They performed really well.
Yeah.
Did they bring engagement? Oh, most certainly. Did they bring you followers? Oh, yes, of course. Did they bring any leads? Of course not.
But it's just my perspective, but I'm sure that you know what it is. You look at LinkedIn and you see many times like personal branding advice, one post same as the other one, and then there is one different one that is unique, that is fun, that stands out. And to me, that is what actually stands out and that I enjoy. It might be, of course, only my view and my experience, because I'm not like someone's client, but it's just to support so that there are audience for such amazing posts like you. So I hope that you continue.
Of course. There's audience for everything, for any kind of content on LinkedIn. If you prefer to keep your content within one platform, remember one simple thing: there are more than 1 billion accounts on LinkedIn.
This is crazy.
If you like what you write, if you enjoy it yourself, if you write for yourself, and if you enjoy reading what you have written, there must be at least one other person that will enjoy it.
Yeah.
Or 10 other people, or a couple of thousands of those. So just write it and publish it.
Obviously, the platform is growing. So if they are not there now, they will be there in the future or soon.
Exactly.
And one of the questions that I like to ask, or that I'm kind of curious about, is actually when it comes to consistency or showing up, because although we enjoy it, we try to have fun, but it's not always easy to show up if you don't see results or you are just humans. So what is it like that helps you to keep showing up, or even if you don't feel like it?
That's a very fair question. I think during the last year, I didn't feel like posting anything only 2 or 3 times. Because once again, the base of it is having fun. If you like it, you can treat yourself on a daily basis. You just write a post and let it fly. And it doesn't matter whether it performs or not. Last week, I had the biggest flop in the last 6 months. For the first time in 6 months, I always tell everyone, don't delete your posts. Never delete your posts. I had to delete my own post.
Oh, did you? I don't know if I actually did it ever.
You see, I did it because I was so unhappy with the results. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I don't know. I have my days. I'm a human being.
We need to say that it was algorithm. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah. Oh, that algorithm. Anyway, but then I talked to several people, to people I trust, to people I actually believe, and those who have been doing LinkedIn for much longer than me. And they inspired me to bring it back. So I just changed a couple of words. I posted it on a Friday night. It didn't perform well, but I didn't care anymore because it was kind of a mental block for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very personal story because on Friday I've been posting stories about my childhood for quite a long time. And the funny thing is that during November and December of 2025, those posts became the most converting for me. Half of my leads came from those posts when I was writing about my granny who's, I don't know, she passed away 25 years ago. Now I'm writing about her. She brings me leads. Like, come on. Anyway, and for the first time in months and months and months, the post about my childhood flopped. And of course, I was absolutely sad. So I brought it back and it still performed. And maybe, just maybe, it performed because I didn't give a damn anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Post. Watch it fly. Don't delete it. I promise. I will never delete another post of mine.
I will not edit this section. I will keep it there. I think it's important or good to keep in mind it happens to all of us that if it doesn't perform, I'm pretty sure that it happens even to those that are way ahead of us, that have higher numbers. Of course, flop for them probably means something different than flop for us or for someone else, but it's just a natural and it's just part of the journey. And I think you did the great that you learned from it and improved.
It's a part of the journey. That's the perfect way to put it, mate. It's a part of the journey. You flop, you learn, you repost, maybe you will reflop. I don't know. That's it. Let it fly, let it live, learn from your mistakes, and remember to always be honest in your posts because, well, you know, they always say it. Even AI writes it nowadays. People talk to people, people buy from people. It can be a fully fused AI post. People talk to people, but that's the way it is. If there's a human being behind your post, that's the most important thing. Your own story is your biggest unfair advantage. So if you have at least one story, and we're all grown ups, of course we have more than 2 stories in our lives, tell it to the world and just make it yours. Even if you use AI to write it, make it yours. Simple as that.
Exactly. And you just said that with the stories, and I was about to follow up when you mentioned your granny, that I've seen across your post many times that you share great stories, whether it's with your granny, your niece, or even other members of the family. I feel like, I don't know if I remember any other, but I feel like you're one of the best storytellers. You said really well, everyone has stories, and come on, like, even young people have stories, everyone does. But still, if there are people overthinking, maybe they still think, oh, I don't have anything interesting or stories. Yes, you do. But still, what would be like your advice for people to find the good ones, how to share it, and just start with the storytelling more?
The thing is that if you can't think about a story from your childhood, from your teenage years that taught you something that you could tie to your experience nowadays, it's pretty simple. But then again, I've been doing it for years, so it's obvious to me. Most of us who post and who want to tell our stories, they either study or work. And if people work, they most likely have had a call or a meeting or two during the last several days. And when you remember the words that were said during the call, during the meeting, there might be some tiny lesson that you could learn from that moment. For example, if you're a salesperson and you talk to your client, you learned about the client's pain points. If you're a junior developer, I don't know, I'm not a technical guy. Say you're a junior developer of some kind of an application, and your boss talked to you in a way that you didn't like, but still you heard something new for yourself. Make it a story. If you think it's obvious, it's not, because there are hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people who are interested in reading your story. And if it's universal truth, then your post will be relatable. Simple as that. So if you think about what happened yesterday, I played football and I was injured, and this is what it taught me about B2B sales. You know, we can make jokes about on a daily basis, but then again, what happened yesterday can become your lesson for tomorrow.
Yes.
And if you can make ends meet and you can tie it to one another, then it's simply one of the best places for you to start your storytelling journey.
I only agree. Don't be lazy. Sit down, think about it, and you just come up with something. Don't overthink it.
Of course.
There is a point where podcasting stops feeling creative and starts feeling like a mess. I have to spend hours digging through files, exporting between tools, and trying to keep it all together. Riverside changed that. Now, I record, edit, and cut my clips in one place, without jumping between 5 tabs. That's what helps me stay consistent. It makes the work actually enjoyable again. If you're trying to keep your podcast going without burning out, I really recommend giving it a try. Links in the description. What then, Dmitry, you're like a creative. Again, I know we discussed creative, so sorry that I mentioned the word, but what does your process look like? For example, either when it's coming up with the stories that we discussed, when it's writing the posts, and just planning your content on LinkedIn.
I've been in the game for less than a year, but then again, it's nearly a year. So I can sometimes understand what my current and potential target audience, what my current and potential clients might be willing to read about. So as a marketing specialist, for me, it's very simple. I know their pain points. And for some of them, for most of them, I have a painkiller. Simple as that. For example, today I posted a tiny text about my clients from the end of last year. They were looking for a job. They couldn't find a job. We all know that market nowadays is absolutely ballistic. It's crazy. Even with loads of experience, it's very hard for you to find a job. But then again, when they asked me to help them, I don't have two different stories for different people. I always say the same thing. Go public. Tell your own story. Share your experience. Post, post, post. You will become visible. And the moment you become visible, the platform starts boosting your account. And it helps a bit as well. And this was the way how I helped those guys find a job in 2 to 3 months. People look for jobs for years and years on end. In this case, there were several of them. In this case, I helped them all, just telling them how and what to write. It sounds simple to me. It sounds simple to you, mate, but people are lost. They want to understand how to make it work.
Yeah.
The moment they go public, everything changes.
It is true. Sometimes just need a bit of guidance or help, which again, there are so many people that you can follow, learn from, even reach out to them for any help and support. So don't be afraid of it and take advantage of it as well.
You are more than right. You are more than right. I receive plenty of DMs asking me questions and saying, I'm not ready to become your client. Guys, I don't care. I'm helping everyone for free. You can DM me. Everyone who hears it can DM me and ask questions. I don't charge for interaction. Come on. I always am willing to help everyone. If I can help you, I'm always helping you. If I can't, then sorry about that. But then again, if you have something to ask, if you want to understand how LinkedIn works, if you want to understand what to write about, if you want to understand how to be consistent, I don't have two different stories for everyone. Read my posts, ask me questions. That's it.
An important thing to mention, or something that stands out, is that actually Dmitry offers first post for free, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I do. You had to say that, right? I don't do that much lately because when I was...
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, thank you very much, kind sir. When I was starting out, I was just writing posts for a couple of weeks. Then I understood that I had to have a strategy, just like I always had for my clients. I have to have a strategy for myself because, mind you, I'm my own best client. So I went full on with a strategy with my content plan. And then I understood that I could give it a try and have some kind of a tiny lead magnet. And what better lead magnet there ever could be if you come to the platform out of nowhere, and I was very fresh on the platform once again, no one knew me, and I could offer what I do best and what I love doing for free. The first taste is always for free, and it's any marketing specialist tells you that. What am I doing there? I'm writing for other people. So why don't I write them their first or their next post for free? The first time I posted it was, I think it was either June or July 2025. So I waited and waited for it to be the low season because I was somehow thinking that it might be overwhelming. But just the way I tell everyone, I made a simple creative, I made a simple post, and I pushed publish. During the first 24 hours, I received more than 200 requests.
Oh my God, really? I wasn't expecting that.
That's why on the next day, I had to DM everybody. That's it. It was valid yesterday. Bye-bye. And then if
we should have added a little disclaimer at the bottom. It was only for...
That's correct. Thank you very much. Where have you been last summer? And I still have that tiny CTA in my banner. But I know that most of people who interact with me and my content come through my content. So lately, I only receive several of those per week. They say, oh, I saw that I have to DM you post. There you go. How does it work? And then, of course, it starts working. I always help everybody. I think if someone who's watching this vid still has to receive a post from me, please ping me. But then again, this lead magnet, it was one of the best lead magnets, obviously, that I've ever had in any of the businesses I was working with. And I don't post that too much. It's like I'm now hiding this CTA. I'm writing a post about what I do for people. And at the end, there's a tiny PS or a CTA. If you want a free post, you can DM me. Why do you not have to?
I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. We're good. We're good. Anyway, I don't post it too often, but at least once a month, just to boost it a little bit, just to see if there are some new guys willing to receive some help or talk to me. It's very simple. You tell them what to DM you. It's a short word.
Yeah.
That's the best way for it to make it work for everybody.
And out of curiosity, what type of people do you attract with this, or what type of people takes advantage of this service? Because I just wonder if, to be honest, that there are probably people who may just take advantage of it, but at the same time, I'm sure there are people who genuinely want to learn and want help.
I still consider that I think that there are more nice and understanding people around us than the disgusting morons who want to take us for granted. I still hope. I'm a grown-up guy, but I have my hopes. So actually, I think that I was taken for granted only like 5 or 6 times. So it's not that much. It was overwhelming quite a bit because I received a request from one businessman. I will never say his name in public because he's quite a large businessman from one of the European countries who requested a post, received a post, posted it. Then he notified me that he received 10 leads from that post. He wanted to talk to me. He pitched me his business during a call relentlessly, and I was on cloud number 9. I was like, oh my God, what a client. Mm-hmm. He's so skilled, this and that. But then I listened to him, and I think I had a post about it a couple of months ago, and he suddenly said, after all, you're only just writing words, so the moment I receive my first income from what you have to write, then I can hire you. So let's just begin like that. And I was like, are you for real? Could you please respect me and my time a little bit? I lost 40 minutes listening to you about your business. And now you say you're not hiring me and you're not paying me for my time, for what I do best. And then he had to say, after all, you're only just writing words. And I was like, are you actually sure you want to put it that way, kind sir? And I still remember him. I still can make him very popular online, but I'm not doing that in any way because I don't want to get into his life. I just remembered and took it as a lesson. So we all absolutely have to be careful with that. But then again, if you don't believe people, how are you going to survive in the 21st century?
Mm-hmm. I know it takes time to build trust, but it's very important. And sorry to hear about experience because, of course, don't know the client, but I think sometimes it's better like not to work with. Of course, there can be potential and good money, but in the long term, if it will be a pain to collaborate with a client, it's probably not worth it.
No question about that. It's very hard to differentiate these guys from the good clients from the get-go, but at the same time, there are some tiny signs that are revealed during the first talk or during the first interaction via the DMs. If you catch them and if you doubt, there's another lesson I had to learn about this as a grown-up, but still, trust your guts.
Always learning,
Trust your guts. If you feel that something's off, you'd better ditch it. Mm-hmm. Trust your guts. I think it works pretty well nowadays.
That's a good one. I need to remind myself that too.
Me too.
And Dmitry, as we are speaking about clients, it's actually a good question, and I'm pretty sure helpful to many people. But what will be your advice how to attract your first clients? Because, for example, if you don't have portfolio, maybe network or anyone to work for at first, what will be your advice how to attract the first ones?
Post. Full stop. Post on LinkedIn. Simple as that. We're talking about not having a portfolio. I don't have a portfolio. Most of my clients throughout my entire career were covered with NDA. And I used to be a writer for them, both as part of the team or as the leader of the team. It was mostly covered by NDA. So I don't have a portfolio. But then again, what I told you at the beginning of our talk, I only started posting less than a year ago. And recently, when a potential client told me, where can I see your portfolio? Said, go to LinkedIn, browse through my posts.
I was going to say, just scroll my activity and you'll see.
This is my portfolio. He says, what about your clients? Where can I see how you worked with the clients? And I say, I post about that on Wednesdays. My case studies are always posted on Wednesdays. All the figures are there. But at the same time, you will never see me tagging any of my clients, and there is a very simple reason for that. If you are a businessman or a businesswoman, if you are a founder and you're hiring a ghostwriter, think about it for a second. Will you be happy to let the world know that your posts were not written by you?
I don't know
I think
what to
the
say.
answer is very clear, and this is why I currently, I'm never covering my work by an NDA. But then again, I always give my clients a word that I'm never having them as examples to pitch to other clients. I'm just being honest there. It's nothing special. I can understand how it works in modern business. And if you are my client, no one will ever know that you were my client. Simple as that.
Yeah, to me, makes complete sense and completely understandable. And I think you said it really well. Then, next question, and something that I would regret not asking because that's like something that we need to know. I don't want to say the word viral, but any advice, tips, or recommendations on how to grow on the platform? Because we've got audience on LinkedIn, that's our favorite platform, but like, there are people who want to grow, maybe not attract clients, but I don't know, increase the following, connections, etc. So your advice, how to grow your personal brand?
I'm a ghostwriter. I'm not a personal branding specialist.
Do we
Look
have
at
more
me.
than enough of those?
Do I really have a personal brand? Come on. I'm the worst example of a personal brand. I'm just
No, come on, you've got
writing.
a great profile, polished, great content, so definitely someone worth listening to.
I mean, everyone, both the small creators and the huge creators, both the human beings and AI, overuse the word consistency. But this is actually one of the best words there ever can be if you want to become well known in your field online. Be consistent. The first step for you is to understand how to write proper posts. The second step for you is to understand what your content strategy and content plan will be for the next week, 2 weeks, month, half a year, up to you. But if you're not consistent, if you post a brilliant piece of art and then you ghost for a year, it doesn't work. If you learn as you go, if you make mistakes, ship again, and learn from your mistakes again on a daily basis, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, I don't care. But if it's consistent, it doesn't only tell the platform that you want to interact with the platform. It has to understand that you're consistent.
Yeah.
Your audience will eagerly await your posts if they understand that you post on a daily, twice a week, 3 times a week, at 10 a.m. CET. They will expect your post at the time and will be there to support you, like you, comment on your post, or even if they're in the mood, save your post or share it. This is the only way to grow. You have to be honest with, and you have to be clear on what you want to achieve, on what's your desired target outcome. And I'm the best. I'm the worst guy to ask about virality because I went viral only twice, I think. The last time was only recently, last Saturday. I thought of a tiny joke. I posted it, and let me tell you, I wanted to have a Saturday off. I posted it, and I went away to assemble some furniture because I had to have a break, and I wanted to spend some time offline. Next thing you know, in a couple of hours, I opened my LinkedIn account because there were multiple notifications. I was like, it's Saturday, guys, come on. I opened my account and I see 500 likes, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
what?
Just give me a
Close it
break.
again and go away. Mate,
Oh my god.
it was a joke on a Saturday. Right now, I checked about 2 or 3 hours ago, there are nearly 2,000 likes.
Oh,
This is a
oh my
viral
god, it's
post. Yes,
crazy. Yeah.
exactly. So anyway, this is a viral post. And what I always say, virality doesn't bring you clients. Virality
Yeah.
might feel nice, like people are liking my posts. Okay, that's fair. And that's okay. If you want people to like your post, it's okay. But for example, this joke was absolutely irrelevant to anything I do. But it brought me 20 leads
Oh, really? Oh my God, that's
for
impressive.
the first time ever. A stupid joke brought me leads.
Mhm.
Am I happy? Yes, I am. Does it work like that every time? No, it doesn't. But only if you let yourself go, if you don't overthink it, you can post a joke on a Saturday night and it
Yeah.
might go viral and you'll see where it takes you.
Mhm.
This is the very fragile balance between your public authority that you're a creator, you are busy with personal branding, you're helping your clients, and then you post a stupid joke. That's just me. I prefer to, if you call it personal brand, I prefer for people to take me as a simple and approachable guy because that's what I am. If you can't read it in my content, watch this interview.
But it's the approach that I like as well. Don't overthink it. Don't try, because you got all kinds of advice from everywhere. You need to do this, this, and that. But then it's just perfect example. Do it your way. Have fun, enjoy it, and see how it can work. Because, for example, even you can see people obsessing which day performs the best, this day or that day at that hour. And I always think like, oh, Saturdays, at least for me personally, it doesn't perform that well. And now I just heard, like, for example, from you, Saturday evening, such a random kind of less planned post, and see how it went. So I think, again, perfect example. And just on what you said about the virality, I think it's also a great thing that I think that people should experience it to know what it is like, so that they know that when you go viral, it doesn't suddenly change your world, and it's not such a huge thing to desire.
I lately talked to very many different creators of different scale. Some of them had, a couple of thousand of subscribers. Some of them had about 50,000 subscribers. And everyone says the same. It always, always, always depends on your desired target outcome. If you're looking for clients on LinkedIn, check your bank account balance.
Yeah,
If your content brings you clients who are paying, why would you need likes?
yeah, that is
If you
true.
don't care about finding clients, if you just enjoy posting, there's always Facebook or Instagram, but say you prefer LinkedIn and there's absolutely no problem with that, then don't check your bank account, then track your likes, track your impression.
Yeah,
Simple as that. It's like it's very, very simple and it's easy to understand when you think about it properly. What's your target? What's your aim?
yeah.
What's your target?
What are your goals?
Balance it out.
Mhm. I think we said that perfectly. And Dmitry, just to be aware of time, by the end of our recording, I like to ask kind of lighter questions. So, what is it that you enjoy doing in your free time, or what are some of your hobbies?
Oh, it's very simple. I sometimes post about it. I love playing football,
Like
although there
yesterday?
are.
Yesterday when you got your story.
It was a joke, but anyway, I love playing football. I had a couple of doctors who prohibited me to play football about 10 years ago. I said, yeah, thank you very much. I'm not the most clever guy when it comes to health, as you see, but I love footy. I absolutely adore reading, and reading is the best hobby there ever could be. Because when you have some time to read a book, and it may help you soothe your pain, it may help and teach you something, and it can also help your business.
Mm.
And if we're talking about books, I always tell everyone, please go to Amazon and find a book called Very Good Copy by Eddie Schleiner. He's easily the best copywriter of our day, and his book is very affordable and it's a masterpiece when it comes to storytelling. And of course, I listen to loads of music. That's my third content pillar of my life.
And you mentioned this book. I'm honestly not sure I will check it out, but on top of this one, what are some of like your favorite ones or that been impactful to you?
He is a storyteller who teaches you how to tell stories, be it stories with phrases comprised of 2 or 3 words, or full on compositions like walls of text. And he analyzes each piece of content that he has in his micro lessons, and he tells you why, when, and how it works depending on your target audience. It's splendid. Everyone shall read this book. I read it 7 times last year. Honestly, I
True.
love it.
You sold it to us. And I honestly, I'm not a big fan of football, but I'm sure there's audience that are. So, would you mind sharing what's your favorite team and maybe favorite player?
It's very hard to say because I'm not that much of a football supporter lately, but I'm much more of a football player lately. But one of my most and biggest impressions in my life, when I was 16, I used to live in Scotland, and I used to live in Kilmarnock. And there was a local team which I absolutely loved, and it was the first time in my life when I went to a stadium, and it was wild. I loved it. But it's very hard for me to choose right now because right now in the Netherlands there are many brilliant players. But I'm an old school guy. I still remember the names from the 90s, so they might not even ring a bell to your audience, mate.
No, no worries. I was just curious in case there. Then you mentioned music. Then what's your favorite, whether it's type or band or singer?
It's not that much of a very popular music. I prefer heavy guitaring, but still with melody. So modern days metal stuff, if I could put it that way, without calling out the names because I don't want people to find it out.
No, no
But of
worries.
course, and again, I'm pretty old school, so all the goodies from the 90s, like Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, etc., it's pretty standard for a
Mhm.
guy who was a teenager in the 90s, I think.
And do you actually produce or play any music by yourself, or you just listen and enjoy it?
I used to be a drummer for 8 different bands, but it was so long ago that I don't remember the names of the bands.
Oh my god, that's some experience. That's pretty cool. And then I was about to ask you, since we've been discussing writing and now the books, have you actually got like plans by yourself to maybe write something in the future at some point? Or maybe already writing something?
That's a very good question, and I'm asking this question myself on a daily basis. When are you, lazy body, are going to write your next book? Because I've written several books, but I haven't written a proper book for more than 5 years already. When I have free time, I actually love reading lead lit. And lead lit, the best representatives might be Nick Hornby or Jonathan Tropper. And one of my last novels that I started writing a couple of years ago was absolutely 100% lead lit. It's about a guy in his 30s who loses it all but still manages to survive. He loses his job, he loses his wife, and even his parents are not happy with him and they don't want to see him in their place. It's fun, it's funny, it's sad, it's melodramatic sometimes, but I still have to find some time to get down to writing again, and I
Yeah.
can't wait, to be honest. But I don't have time for that right now.
But the good thing is that you're building your audience, you already have, but getting even more experience. So once you actually do it, it's going to be a big one. And we are excited for it. We will be.
Thank you so much.
Then,
I'm hoping for the best.
then Dmitry, can you please summarize where people can find you, follow you, and promote any of your services?
It's very simple. If you go to LinkedIn, I know that I don't have the most popular name in the world, but it's Dmitry, and my surname is Pavlotsky. So if you type Pavlotsky into the search bar, it will definitely show you myself, because there are not that many guys wearing a beard with that surname on LinkedIn. And I think that that's the only platform where you can find me right now, because I don't use other platforms. You can only find me on LinkedIn. And what I can help you with is always, I will teach you how to write proper texts, or I can write those texts for you. So it's always up to you. If you need any support in regards of proper posts for LinkedIn, proper ghostwriting or copywriting, you know where to find me. That's about it. It's pretty simple. A couple of words, but that's what I do.
That's usually what I like, when it's simple, not too many links, not too many places. Go on LinkedIn. And as always, I will put the link in the show notes. And Dmitry, what are actually some of your maybe plans or goals? Have you got any, like either in, I don't know, upcoming months or even any bigger goals that we or audience can be excited about?
I think that everyone can be excited about the fact that a human being wants to be happy. Everyone is talking about business goals, about launching new applications or launching new tools or whatnot, or building a big business. But you know what, guys? As long as it makes you happy, you don't have to get all the money in the world. You don't have to get all the attention in the world. Mind you, have fun and remember to be happy and do whatever it takes to take you there. Because if you're not happy, then you cannot achieve any of your goals, aims, or targets. Take it easy on yourselves and be happy. Simple as that. And this is what I aim for in 2026. I want to remain happy.
That's a great message. I agree. I try to focus on it too. And actually, it might have already answered my very last question, which was if there is anything else that you would like to share before we finish, any kind of message, piece of advice, or anything to leave with the audience.
Always on every single podcast or interview, I've had plenty last year, to be honest. It's pretty surprising, but then again, thank you very much for having me once again, mate. I always ask people to remember that even if you think differently, there are more good people around you than there are bad people around you. Please keep this thought as close to your heart as possible. It will make your life a bit easier and a bit happier. And bit by bit, step by step, if you can help yourself on a daily basis, in the near future, you might as well help someone else. And this is the best present everyone can wish for. Help yourself and help people around you. That's what my great-grandmother used to teach me when I was a kid.
That's both a great message, and also I like the way that you said it. So I think it's perfect final note to finish with. So Dmitry, not only want to say big thank you for your time, genuinely enjoyed it, but because we've been connected for a while, it was great to meet you, at least virtually, because as I said, I enjoy your content. I love the message to enjoy the process, which is something that I try to say as well, try to keep in mind and hopefully follow too. So thank you so much. I encourage people to follow you, support, and keep doing the great work and having fun on LinkedIn. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me, mate. People, follow Tom as well.
Thanks for listening to Produced by with Tomen. Check the show notes for all the links, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your feedback. Speak soon.